Hey guys, so it's been forever since I made a pregnancy vlog, and I really wanted to try to keep up with them just for my own sake, just for me to like look back on and all that, because this is definitely going to be the last baby I probably ever have. So I really wanted to keep up with them, and obviously that didn't work out. But I have been doing a few blog posts on my blog, like updates and like week to week. So if I don't post videos, you can check out my blog and I'll link it down below, but that's where I'm doing most of my updates because it's kind of easier for me to write than it is for me to just record myself. Oh, she's moving. Anyways, I am 30 weeks yesterday. Today's Friday, and my weeks turn on Thursdays. So I turned 30 weeks yesterday. And just to like catch up on everything, the day after I turned 29 weeks, that Friday, I was at work, and I work pretty much on my feet all day and like lifting. I work in childcare and stuff right now, and I work 10-hour days. Well, I started getting like a lot. I can't breathe and talk at the same time. I started getting a lot of pressure, like pelvic pressure, and I felt like almost like I had a bladder infection or UTI because I felt like I had to pee constantly. But I'd go pee and like nothing was coming out. It was weird. So I kind of let it go on, and then I went home, or Thursday night I went home. It started Thursday night. And I went to bed really early. I put Landon to bed really early, and I took a hot bath, and I felt better. So I went to bed, got some good sleep, and then went to work the next day, and all of a sudden, like, it started, like, around noon, and I started getting contractions. But I've gotten mini contractions, like, you know, the Braxton Hicks and stuff, but these were similar. They were just, like, more frequent, and they started coming, like, 2 minutes apart, and it was just so much pressure that came along with it. Like, I couldn't even really walk through them, and it just hurt. I mean, it didn't hurt. It was just like a tightening, a really strong tightening, and lots of pressure, and it just didn't seem normal for me. So I decided, I let it go on for hours. I drank tons and tons of water, and I sat down for like over an hour, and they still didn't go away. So, they still didn't go away. So I finally called my doctor, and she just told me to go ahead and go to labor and delivery, the triage, and just get checked out. So I got there around like 4:30 that night, and I was still contracting, and so they checked me, and it was 2 centimeters and 50% effaced. Then they decided to do an ultrasound, and they did a biophysical profile to make sure she was okay. She's measuring a little bit on the small side, but the same thing happened with Landon. So they did a cervical length measurement too, and where they actually measure the length of your cervix. It has nothing to do with dilation, nothing to do with effacement, it's the length of it. And I think that's where people get confused. It's completely different. It's just the dilation and the preterm labor and the contractions are making that a lot worse. But I knew I had a short cervix with Landon. We found out about the same time that I'm finding out now, but it wasn't this short. It measured this time at 29 weeks to be 1.5 centimeters when you should have at least 3 to 4 centimeters of cervix left. So mine's shortening pretty fast, and the contractions are making it a lot worse. So I found that out, and that's pretty much what got me admitted. I mean, the preterm labor also, but the main issue right now is the length of my cervix. It's way too short for where I'm at right now in the pregnancy. So I got admitted Friday night, and then I was up all night long. They kept giving me Procardia, which is the contraction med that helps stop the contractions. It's actually a blood pressure med, so it lowers your blood pressure really low, lowers your heart rate, all that good stuff, makes you feel like shit, and it makes you feel like you're going to pass out constantly. But it's a smooth muscle relaxer, so it relaxes the uterus, and that's why it's used for pregnancy. God, she is like getting a few contractions. And so they kept giving me that. and it wasn't working, and the contractions weren't stopping. They were like so bad. I mean, back to back, back to back. So then they wanted to give me a terbutaline shot, and for me, I already have tachycardia, and terbutaline can increase that and cause severe anxiety, and I was already freaking out, and so I did deny that, but I asked the nurse to give me like 30 more minutes after my dose of precardia and let me lay on my side, and I was on IV fluids too, so I wanted to see if there was a way we could stop them without that. They did calm down. They never completely stopped, but they calmed down, and they weren't as like frequent or as strong. So I got away without the shot for a while. And then I just started doing the precardia every 4 hours, waking up and all that and doing it. And I ended up staying until Sunday night. They gave me a steroid shot, 2 steroid shots. You have to get them within 24 hours apart. So I got 2 steroid shots, and now I'm getting progesterone shots once a week, which hurt like hell. But anyways, I don't know, I can't focus. Okay. So I got sent home after I got all my shots, and after I went all night without contractions. I had to go all night without them. They wanted to make sure that the precardia, well, I was still on the precardia, so they wanted to make sure it was going to hold me over if I was able to go home. It was a mess because the nurses kept telling me, like, with your cervix, with it being as short as it is, we usually admit on bed rest if it's below 2 centimeters, and mine was 1.5. So she was like, worst or best case scenario, you'll be here until 32 to 34 weeks. So, and that's a good month, month and a half. I mean, it was just, yeah, a month. So for me, I was freaking out, thinking there's no way in God's name I can sit in this hospital bed for 4 weeks straight and not see my sweet little baby boy. And I was just freaking out, freaking out. And I kept saying, no, I'm not staying. There's no way. And I kept holding out hope that my doctor would let me go home. So Sunday, was it Sunday? No. Saturday, the doctor finally came in at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm waiting all flipping day just to take a shower and to know if I can go home or not. And then she told me no. She was like, she didn't think the precardia was going to hold over the contractions. They weren't. I was going like 2 hours where I was having to get breakthrough doses because the contractions would start up again. So she was iffy, and she just said she wasn't in a rush to send me home. And so that flipping discouraged me a lot. But then she came back Saturday or Sunday and was like, you know, you went through all night without a contraction. Well, I had a few, but they were nothing crazy. The precardia was still doing its job. So she said that as long as I go home on strict bed rest, I can get up and go potty, and I can like make food, obviously, and I can take a shower every other day. I can't take them every day, which I don't take them every day anyway, so it doesn't matter. But and I can't be on my feet like standing in the shower. I have to use a shower stool. So that's what I've been doing. I'm at home now, obviously. But they did say, since I have so much further to go, and I really don't have much cervix left, that if it does get below a centimeter, I'll be back in there. So for the rest until 36 weeks, or until she comes. So I'm still iffy, you know, I keep thinking, oh my God, I'm going to end up right back in there. But I can't think about that. I'm just enjoying my time at home with my son and just resting as much as I can. I know in the hospital, like, they keep saying, like, gravity is my enemy right now because of the shortening of the cervix. She is head down, and every time I stand or anything like that, or even sitting up like I am now in the bed, puts pressure on your cervix. And I also have tunneling of my cervix, so it opens up whenever her head pushes down. Which is helping to thin it and shorten it and all that good stuff. So in the hospital, I wasn't even allowed to sit straight up in the bed for like a whole 24 hours. So I've been careful about that, but it's just so hard not to be laying down constantly. But I have been really good about the bed rest. Landon stayed home with me yesterday. He's at a friend's house now, so I can rest. But he did so good. Like, he let me sleep in his bed. He was reading me stories. We were doing puzzles and stuff. Really the only time I got up was to make us lunch, to clean up the dishes and stuff, and then I got right back in bed. And then we went to a neighbor's house. She picked me up, and I just hung out on their couch and laid down. And as long as I stay on top of my contraction meds, and I take them every 4 hours, because usually within 45 minutes of my next dose, I start to contract again. So as long as I stay on top of them, I'm okay. The only part that sucks is, honestly, I mean, the whole bed rest thing doesn't suck at all. I'm kind of enjoying, I needed this. I needed to relax. I was working 10-hour days. I mean, it was killing me, and just taking care of Landon, and it was hard. It was really flipping hard, and I'm enjoying the time that I have now with Landon and not rushing around working so much and all that. So, it's really not that bad. I can't complain. But the only part that sucks is, like, the meds that I'm on. It really drops my blood pressure. It makes me feel like I'm going to pass out all the time. It took me an hour just to get up just to take a shower today because I kept having to lay back down. And they cause really bad headaches. And I'm having night sweats so bad now. Like, I will wake up soaking wet. Like, I literally sleep in a sports bra because I'm so hot at night. And yeah, and the heartburn is horrible right now. But I have Prevacid now, so that seems to be helping a lot with that. But other than that, I mean, it really hasn't been bad. I'm enjoying being home. It's so much better than being in the hospital. It was horrible, and I was only there for like 3 days. So I can't imagine the women who have to stay there for months and months and months. And then only seeing my baby boy like once a week. I couldn't even, I was such a flippin' mess. And I know I could still end up back there, but I'm really honestly just taking it one day at a time right now and hoping my cervix doesn't shorten anymore. And you know, I feel lucky because I've read so many women have this problem, the incontinent cervix and the short cervix, where it's not strong enough to carry, you know, even through the second trimester, and they end up losing their babies. And, you know, I feel really blessed that she's healthy right now. She's doing fine. And the longer she stays in, the healthier she'll be. And even if she were to come at 32 weeks or, you know, whenever, yeah, she'll have a huge fight ahead of her, and that's the last thing I want. But knowing that she can survive. And right now, they have my goal week at 32 weeks. I mean, I definitely think I'll be able to make it past then. I hope I can. But even that, like, she'll be okay. So, and I've had the progesterone shots and all that. And they've had NICU specialists talk to me. So I'm pretty educated on all that and, like, what to expect. So it's scary at the same time. But, yeah, so I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time right now. And I go back to the doctor on Monday afternoon. And that's just a checkup. I don't know what they're going to do. I haven't even seen my doctor through all this yet because she's been on vacation. So I get to see her Monday. And then I go back Tuesday for my progesterone shot. And that's really it right now. God, those progesterone shots hurt. If anyone's had them, oh my God. They don't hurt like when you get it. But like she kept telling me this is a really crappy shot to get. It's like really thick, like oil consistency. And it hurt, like, I can't even lay on that side. It hurts so bad. But it's super, super sore afterwards. Super sore. Now I get to get another one. And I think those are going to not be as fun because I'm already a hormonal mess right now. And just throwing even more hormones on top of it. But you do what you gotta do. And it could be a lot worse. So I'm totally fine with it. And I've read really good things about the progesterone shots and how it really helps people with short cervixes and incontinent cervixes. And it really helps them carry at least to 36 weeks. And that's when they're going to stop all meds and everything. And then if I deliver, I deliver. So I only got to go through this for another 6 weeks. It sounds longer than I mean, I think it'll be fine. So yeah, that's what's going on now. I've actually been losing weight. I don't know. I've been so sinusy and congested and sick, like allergies. I mean, I go through like a box of tissues a day. And I just don't have an appetite. I'm drinking protein shakes in the morning. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm doing all that good stuff. but I just can't seem to gain the weight. I think I've gained 10 pounds the whole pregnancy, but they said she's okay. She's doing fine. So that's all that I care about. I just want her to be healthy. What else is going on? That's pretty much it. The sinuses, the heartburn, the hot flashes, and the preterm labor and the short cervix. I think I covered it all. So yeah, right now I'll be on bed rest pretty much the whole pregnancy until I'm 36 weeks. Hopefully it stays bed rest at home, because at home bed rest is not bad at all. I'm totally fine with that, and but I just can't imagine being in the hospital for months and away from my son. Like, that will kill me. But, I'll do what I have to do, obviously, because she, right now, she needs to come first. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. That's my little update, and I'm going to try to continue doing these. It's just hard for me to remember. I'd rather just blog about it. So, yeah, if you want to catch up on it, I think I'd have like 3 more weeks behind on my blog, and I'll link it below. But, yep, so hopefully I'll get another 31-week vlog up next week. Or maybe I'll even do it after I go to the doctor on Monday. Just depends how I feel. I've been feeling like crap, like just wanting to sleep all the time and stuff. But anyway, so that's what's going on, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.